interest in all our activities. My request that Srimati Sarlavati Krishnan, the Regional Director of Government of India, the SCCR and our relationship goes back as 35 years. Continuously we are doing work together, and she is here, and we are happy that she is being installed here. And may I now request Sri V. Srinivasaraju to please come, and he has been Chairman and Managing Director of Unnati Projects, and he has been the Managing Committee member at the areas of Bharati Vidya Bhavan. He is in here and he has taken up one Mahotsava project of which is close to Munshi's heart. And may I now request Kendra Committee to please come over and receive the he is already been introduced, and he will be receiving a token of memento and also as a special invitee. He is from the Chairman Dharwad Kendra. So now it is time to honor the great Bhavanite Dr. Hansal Bhadwarji, who has been the backbone of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, and I request the Chairman of Bharati Vidya Bhavan to pay the offer of government and and two more people are listed out, and the person who all the way introducing Piyush Bhai, and also most of the please all the way come from Bombay, please come and receive a memento from His Excellency. And Piyush Jain is a chartered accountant. He has become 10 years in after joining the Bombay. And Goswalji is the Director of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Director of Finance, and he is here as the nominee of
Jivraj Goswal, was a practicing chartered accountant until recently in Bangalore. He has now shifted to Mumbai to stay with his son, and Bhavan Mumbai head office has invited him to be the Director of Finance and Accounts. Thanks Goswalji to have come all the way here.
Let me first read out a small statement that had been made by Munshi as to his vision of the Bhavan. Suppose a time comes in India, God forbid, when our young men and women are lost to the values and ideals of our culture would be dead. Then they become civilized barbarians or second-class Westerners, but they can never be the torchbearers of a living Indian culture for the age in which they live or for the future. With this vision, the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan was established by Dr. K. M. Munshi on the 7th of November 1938. And as you will see, the Bhavan is now entering the 75th year of its existence, the Platinum Jubilee. Coincidentally, it also happens that this year is also the 125th birth anniversary of Dr. Munshi. Dr. Munshi was born on the 30th of December 1887, and it is his vision, his grand vision of what India was, what India is, and what India has to be, that resulted in the creation of this magnificent institution. Since the time of its establishment, as I said, in 1938, Bharati Vidya Bhavan has now over 380 Kendras. The Bangalore Kendra was established in 1965. Munshi also was instrumental through the Bhavan to take Indian culture and values outside the country, and today Bhavan has 10 international Kendras, including in the United States, the UK, Singapore, Kuwait, and many other countries. There are various educational institutions which are part of the Bhavan, providing both secular education as well as education in Indian culture and arts. In all these institutions, we are proud to say that there are over 10 lakh children being imparted with education. The Karnataka Kendra has 7 in number, and there are various activities of the Kendras. The Bangalore Kendra has several activities, and they include the Kala Bharati, an institute devoted to the training in dance, drama, music, painting and other arts. We have the Pustaka Bharati, which specializes in the promotion of sales of the various publications of the Bhavan, which, as you are all aware, are thousands in number, and the subjects of those publications range from history, philosophy, art and literature. The Bangalore Kendra also has Sanskrit classes, and in fact this year there are going to be Sanskrit classes which are going to commence for the benefit of little children. We also have Veda classes every day. There are endowments created at the Bharati Vidya Bhavan Bangalore Kendra which number to 75, and as part of the endowments we have various lecture programs, dance programs and music programs. In addition to the cultural and literary activities of the Bhavan, Bharati Vidya Bhavan has as part of its division the MP Birla Institute of Management, which also runs a management course. We are proud to state, and I say so with humility, and I said I'm proud with humility to say that Bangalore Kendra of the Bharati Vidya Bhavan has 2 schools imparting education from the nursery level up to the secondary level now. One of such schools is a school called the Bhavan Babco School, and this is a classic example of how an institution like the Bhavan can come together with a corporate body like the Bangalore Press and start a school for the benefit of the children. We also have another school which Bhavan is now running in the partnership with the Bangalore Mahanagara Palike. It's called the Bhavan's BPMP school at Sri Rampuram. This school caters to the areas in and around Sri Rampuram, and as you all know, that is an area which is largely occupied, and the residents of that area are largely those who are below the poverty line. And we are pleased, sir, to inform you that that school has been a great success, and the entire atmosphere in that area has been transformed from one of filth and disgrace to honor and dignity. In addition, there are various other programs that have been planned as part of the special year which is to come, the 2012-2013, and the programs include a establishment of a center called the Dr. Munshi Center for Arts and Culture, which is to be an institute for promotion of appreciation in various art and literary forms. In addition, there will be a Gandhi Center for Computer Learning, and this institute will impart vocational training in information technology area. It is proposed to set up a bronze statue of Kulapati Munshiji at the premises of the Bhavan. In addition, there is a proposal to have a Bhavan's Adhara Stamba portraying 24 eminent personalities responsible for the setting up of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. there will be a 75 feet long canvas by 25 eminent artists of Karnataka depicting the cultural heritage of India at the Kincha Auditorium. As you are aware, Dr. Munshi was a prolific writer in Gujarati language. And in order that those who are in Karnataka, who are familiar with the Kannada language are not deprived the benefit of Munshi's depth of knowledge, it is proposed to translate Munshi's works from Gujarati to Kannada. In addition, there will be a traveling exhibition of Bhavan's publication and a cultural exchange between the various kendras of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. I am happy and grateful to His Excellency the Governor of Karnataka for having kindly agreed to have the inauguration of the Bhavan's celebrations this year to mark the Platinum Jubilee of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan at the Raj Bhavan, and the first function is scheduled to be held on the 6th of November 2012 at the Raj Bhavan. We are extremely grateful to you, sir, for this kind patronage. With this, I come to the end of the presentation, and before I do that, I would like to place before you a scheme which has been proposed by the Bhavan to promote education at the BBMP Bhavan School, and which I must bring to the kind notice of all present here is basically a school which is being run not even on no profit, no loss. It is in fact completely funded. And as part of the funding, Bhavan has now come up with a proposal to called Sponsor a Child for Education program, under which children belonging to the below poverty line are to be adopted for education purpose. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me this opportunity of presenting this report, and it will be my pleasure and privilege to be before you again and again to tell you what we have done, and what I now said is what we will do. Thank you very much.
This is the first speech of the new secretary for this August session, and it's our privilege to present some video clippings of the persons who are very closely associated with the Bhavan, but they could not be here. So I request you to kindly make the videos presented in the retreat. The first one would be our His Excellency. He would be speaking to us.
I am very happy to know that Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan is celebrating its Platinum Jubilee this year. Incidentally, it also happens to be 125th birth anniversary of the Kulpati Dr. K. Munshi on 30th December 2012. So this year is very significant for us because the Dr. K. Munshi, Kulpati of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, founded Vidya Bhavan with the vision of value-based education in India. The very concept of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and its philosophy that was pursued through the Kulpati was that India should remain associated and linked with its ethical and moral values which are enshrined in our Vedic tradition. And he also provided modern education along with spiritual base. So this was a unique thinking which was his own. Many people from various religions got associated with this movement, and it became a very powerful movement, and this education is still the hope for a good system of education in the country. India is a country of saints and spiritual persons. So we cannot make our society devoid of spirituality, yet we want to build a modern India. In this, Dr. Munshi is the guide and philosopher as the Kulpati of Vidya Bhavan. I had the unique distinction to know Dr. K. Munshi when he briefly practiced law and assisted him in one or two matters. So I had also the occasion to know why Dr. Munshi is such a big leader, philosopher and freedom fighter and a constitutionalist need to practice. He said, I am building Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and I work only for Vidya Bhavan purposes. So I was so happy to see the dedication of the Kulpati, and I also started taking interest in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in New Delhi. So this has been a great institution, and I am so happy today that I am still associated with Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. We are happy that Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, although slowly and steadily, is getting firm roots in the educational system of our country, but we need that this very system should be adopted in the country as a part of our education program. Thank you.
To speak of the achievements of this great institution, the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, which is entering its 75th year of its glorious service. And the achievements of this great institution are there for all to see. It has grown from strength to strength, and this year they are entering the 75th year and with a glory of its own. The task ahead is immense. The world is changing. The next decade of this century will be the most stunning decade in human history, for the simple reason that the exploits of science and technology will far outbeat all that has been done in the past. The achievements of the next decade will necessarily have to acknowledge that the vast scientific achievements of the human mind is the foundation for this. As somebody said, we stand on the shoulders of giants to see further and make greater achievements. The achievements of the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in the area of preserving India's culture and promoting it and taking to new heights is something which is perhaps the largest single contribution of any individual. And Dr. K. Munshi is the very personification of this urge to revive Indian lore and legacy. I see a great source of science, critical science. The very definition of power is that it is something which innately has a tendency to run to excess. It is to tame this kind of power that the culture of the inner man has to come as a balancing factor. The great excitement of science and technology in the future, remarkable achievements are in the offing. The only way to balance them with human values and make it subserve human needs and human values, institutions this kind must grow, and the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan has a great role to play in this task. Thank you very much. I wish it a grand future.
योगी शंकर हरदम शंकर भारत देश अपना भारत देश में मुंबई में स्थापन किया। बाद में क्रमशः अनेक प्रकार का अनेक ग्राम नगर क्षेत्रों में प्रचार प्रसार करने के लिए और कई पुस्तकों का आविष्करण करने के लिए पब्लिकेशन काम हो रहा है। कांचीपुरम में भारतीय विद्या भवन का ऑफिस है, बेंगलुरु में भी बड़ा है, लंदन में भी है। ऐसे बहुत जगह पर बहुत स्थान पर विराजमान है। उसका द्वारा अपना भारतीय संस्कृति संरक्षण के लिए प्रयास करने के लिए अनेक प्रकार से प्रयास करना और अनेक रामनगर क्षेत्रों में शाखा ब्रांच शुरू होना, इस प्रकार अनेक कार्यक्रम करके एक मुंशी का जो संकल्प है, वो संकल्प पूरा सफल होने के लिए सब लोग मिलकर के इस बड़ा रथ होने से हजार हजार लोग मिलकर के ही रथ का लेकर के चलेगा, ऐसे ही ये भी बड़ा कार्यक्रम है, उसमें सब लोग मिलकर के ही ये कार्यक्रम बना करके आगे आगे शताब्दी उत्सव सब ऐसे अनेक शताब्दी कार्यक्रम चलाने के लिए भारतीय विद्या भवन विशेष रूप में विराजमान होने के लिए अपना आशीर्वाद है।
It's my good fortune that I am being able to speak about an institution which is perhaps one of its kind in the whole of the world. I am referring to Bharati Vidya Bhavan, which was founded by our everyday life. I think education plays a very big role, and Bharati Vidya Bhavan is spreading that thing all over our country. And this happens to be the platinum year of Bharati Vidya Bhavan. My congratulations, at the same time prayer to the Almighty that it goes on doing this kind of human service to all mankind for years and years and years to come. I don't know what to say about Munshi. He was a great man. He is brainchild, this Bharati Vidya Bhavan has proved it beyond all doubts that anything that is done in good spirits and for the mankind will definitely bear fruit, and it has borne fruit. Bharati Vidya Bhavan is known all over the world, and even when you go to foreign countries,
तू ही मेरी आरज़ू, तू ही मेरी आबरू, तू ही मेरी जान, ऐ मेरे प्यारे वतन, ऐ मेरे बिछड़े चमन, तुझ पे दिल कुर्बान।
Namaskaram. It makes me very happy to say a few words and share my thoughts with you.
Bharati Vidya Bhavan and 125 years of Munshi. Whichever post or whichever place Munshi occupied, he did honor to that, he added to the luster of it, and he added to the depth of it, that those institutions are going on till today, and I wish you good luck.
For me, I am now 80 years old. I began to read seriously long ago, almost a few years after Bharati Vidya Bhavan started. It is 75, I am 80, but I must have begun to know Vidya Bhavan when I was in my 30s. Those books were unique. They were cheap, but not cheap looking. They were light. And they did not look like big English books on Indian culture, etc., which threatened you, because they were in a simple language. If I have had an education in Indian culture, a large part of it is from Bharati Vidya Bhavan books. I read most of them because they were in my village. They were available in a matha where they had a bookshop and they used to get these journals and these books. What is the story? For me the story is the story of decolonization. How did we decolonize? Two ways. One is Mahatma Gandhi's struggle against the British, the non-violent struggle, which went on, and then we became free. The Salt Satyagraha and all those great events. And which was the other source of decolonization? And that was to get in touch with our Purvasuris, the great ancestors. And how could we get in touch with great ancestors? Through the effort of Munshi. He made us in touch with all the great ancestors. There were others, Ramakrishna Mission and Kashi Vidyanath Peeth, but more than anything else, at the popular level, at the level of book reading, it is Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan which decolonized India and made us respect ourselves. And they were not like many instances when you start a institution of that kind, they become propagators. And the propaganda is always suspicious. But one doesn't get a feeling that they are propagators. They are informers. They are scholars. They are analyzers. They speak to the mind, to the intellect, to our discrimination, and not to do bhajan on India. So this is not a bhajana mandali. But Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, after it started with a man like Munshi, who was himself a strange figure in Indian politics. I remember him for one reason, Miss Amelia Day. He started saying, Miss Amelia Day, because they were shortage of food. And many of us missed many meals, and we missed one more meal because Munshi ji asked us to miss Amelia Day. So he had strange ideas of that kind. You see, you learn about the past for many reasons. One is to worship the past. The other is to deride the past. The third is to learn from the past. Munshi's whole venture was that we should learn from the past whatever is good, whatever is valuable, whatever is sustained. Because one of the things that colonization did for us was to make us forget our past. So many people, like the Africans, who forgot their past, are in search of their past now. There are great people in the world whom the Europeanizers not only bound them into political submission, but made them forget their past. That could never happen in India. And we owe it to people like Munshi and Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. And personally, I am very happy with Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan because many times in London, I have gone and stayed there. And I have seen young girls learning dancing, singing, so many things. Indian culture doesn't mean merely Sanskrit and Sanskrit learning. It also means many other things. It also means cooking. So the Indian culture is not merely in the puja room. Indian culture is to be found in our kitchen also. So from kitchen to puja room, it has a vast kind of an existence. And I am sure that this is one such institution and it should live. Thank you.
Thank you for viewing the video. And this keeps on adding. This only is just the beginning of the effort we have started. Still we have many more important personalities throughout the country and abroad joining us, like Pandit Ravi Shankar ji, Nazari and all that, they all in the picture. May I now request His Excellency Ji